Hi, I'm Diana Frick, financial coach. I reached financial independence in my 30s, and now I love teaching people about money. Have you ever dreamed about taking a really nice family vacation, but you're worried about the cost? Today, I'm going to go over some tips that can help you be a little bit proactive when it comes to planning for vacation so that you don't end up feeling so stressed out when it comes to paying for it. The very first thing when it comes to planning is doing a lot of research. So this means that looking into, for example, what kind of transportation are you going to be taking? Will you be booking a flight or will you be renting a vehicle to take you to your destination? And will there be any other transportation in between? So at your destination, will you be needing a rental car? Will you be using Uber or weighing out those options to see what might be a better a better price or a better option for you, more convenient for you? So navigating that to figure out what would be all that transportation that you're going to be needing during your trip. Next is just figuring out where you're going to be staying. So that means what hotels or maybe an Airbnb where you'll be able to fit a big group together. Then what about your meals? Will you be eating out every day? Or if you do decide to stay at an Airbnb, maybe you'll be able to cook some of the days and plan out some meals because you have everything there at your Airbnb to do it. Next is all the activities that you plan on doing during your stay and what are all the different options that you have out there, and maybe how many people are going to go there, what are the prices of the tickets, and things like that that you might want to consider. Ideally, you want to be able to do all this research maybe 1 year to maybe like 8 months in advance. And the reason is that it really gives you so much extra time to be saving for these things, allows you to break it up into really smaller chunks every, paycheck or every month, however you want to, allocate your money from when you get paid into your savings account. And that way it doesn't feel like so much once you do pay for the vacation, like a big lump sum coming out. Now, after doing all this research, you have a pretty good idea of some of the big things that make up your budget. And just know that there will be some unexpected costs. So, one thing to plan for these is just adding a buffer to your budget. So, put a little extra in there in case maybe you want to buy some extra souvenirs in your trip, or maybe you see an event that you want to go to that maybe you need to buy tickets for, and then this will allow you to do those sort of things. So just adding a little extra in case some other things might happen. Now, make sure you don't forget things like also if you book a flight, to the parking charges that you'll incur for leaving your car at the airport or even boarding for your pets, and there's an associated cost for that. So don't forget those as well. When it comes to strategies on saving for a vacation, here's some that you might want to check out. So one thing is that food expenses, that's going to be one of the biggest expenses when it comes to planning your vacation. So some things to help reduce that can be, instead of going out, see if you can cook some meals where you're staying. And this might be much easier to do if you're at an Airbnb. But if you end up staying at a hotel, you may just be able to make some sandwiches if the hotel provides like a refrigerator, and if it has a microwave. If you end up eating out, maybe you can save some leftovers so you're not eating out as much and you just eat whatever you have. Those are some things that you might be able to do, and then just plan it out day by day, kind of what you got going on, because if maybe you got lots of activities planned for one day and then you don't think you'll feel like cooking after that, then, be realistic and just, okay, we're just going to go out to eat that day. And maybe for the following day, we'll take a little break and that's when we'll end up cooking. Another tip I have is finding a Facebook group to join that's related to the destination that you're going to. I find that a lot of these groups, they can provide with real-time information and can give you a heads up of, what's going on recent. And for this, that's something as it gets closer to your trip that might be helpful, but also as you're researching, because it might give you maybe some deals that some people have found of activities, and even give you ideas for what kind of activities a lot of people are enjoying. So things like that can be really helpful in planning your trip. When it comes to looking for flights, one of the tools that I like using is Google Flight. And basically, there you are provided with a grid of all the different dates, whatever you've inputted as far as like the dates that you plan on going. And then it kind of gives you an idea of, maybe you should have your departure on this day and then arrival on this day, and then you get a better deal. So just depends on how flexible you are with the dates that maybe you might be able to get a better deal. And then you can also track flights to see if, what the trends are, and maybe it's currently too high right now, but if you wait a little longer, there's a probability that the prices will drop. Now, one time my sisters found a really amazing community event and it was free. So keep your eyes open for free events at the location where you're visiting. A lot of times it's still really fun. It doesn't have to be such an elaborate thing when it comes to vacations. Sometimes the simple things really do bring the family together, because after all, you're having a family vacation so you can spend more time with them. So that's really what's more important. Now, you might have seen out there how you can save on travel by using credit card rewards. And yeah, that's really a great option if you can use a credit card responsibly. So I will be making another video to talk more in depth about that. But if you're always paying your credit card on time, then this can be a great option for you. On a last note, I know that sometimes we go on vacation and we just want to be free and just spend on whatever we want because you only live once, right? But let me ask you this, like, how committed are you to setting up you and your family up for success? Your goal when it comes to planning for a vacation isn't to have it all perfectly laid out, because things will pop up. But if you get it really close and you add a buffer, like I mentioned earlier, then it'll save you so much stress down the line and getting into more credit card debt, which will slow down your progress for saving money. Because here's what you get to look forward to. If you early on in your financial journey, you are sticking to your vacation budget and things like that, and you continue on this path, what you look forward to is that you will have grown your savings and maybe even be able to go on more luxurious vacations more frequently. After all this research and implementing some of these tips, you'll be able to have a good solid budget for your vacation. But let's talk about how can you make it work even with debt. In my next video, I'm going to be covering some valuable tips on how to manage debt while saving for a vacation, so stay tuned.